Please see here, the syllabus for 2021 have been revised. The chapter on Van de Graaff generator has been deleted and the marking scheme also has been revised. In the right hand table, we have shown the marking pattern, that is blueprint of revised physics for class 12. In this, as shown in this, there are total 8 marks for this chapter number 2. 3 marks question as well as a 5 mark question, which may be a numerical problem. So please study and note down all important things and make your own notes. Question number 1. What do you mean by conservative nature of electric field? The conservative nature of electric field means that the work done to move a charge from one point to another point in electric field is independent of the path. This you please note down. The work done is independent of the path, but it depends on only on the initial and final positions. Question number 2. Define electrostatic potential. Electrostatic potential is defined as the work done to move a unit positive charge without any acceleration from infinity to that point. That is, to move a unit positive charge. If W is the work done to move a charge Q from infinity to a point, then electric potential at that point is V is equal to W by Q. That is work done per unit charge. Question number 3. What is the SI unit of electric potential? The answer is SI unit is joules per coulomb, or that is volt. Question number 4. Derive an expression for the electric potential at a point due to a point charge. Here we are required to derive an expression for electric potential. Consider a point charge Q at the origin. Let P be a point at a distance r from it. Let A and B be 2 points at a distance x and x plus delta x from O along the line OP. Here a Q is a charge at the point O, P is a point at a distance r from O. This is the r distance, and the 2 points are A and B, 2 points which are separated by a distance delta x. Point A is located at a distance x as explained earlier. The force experienced by a unit positive charge 1 coulomb at A is given by the equation F is equal to vector F is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into Qx1 divided by x square into x hat, where x hat is a unit vector along OA. That is, a unit vector along OA is x hat. The work done to move a unit positive charge from B to A. So in this example, we are moving a unit positive charge from B to A is dW delta W equals F into delta X, both are vectors, is equal to F delta X cos theta. That is from our knowledge of mathematics. When we remove the vectorial sign, that is F into delta X into cos theta. Here F and delta X are opposite to each other. That is, the force is opposite to each other. Force and the work done is opposite to each other. Therefore, theta is equal to 180 degrees. So, delta W is equal to F into delta X into cos of 180. So, that is F delta X into minus 1. That is equal to delta W is equal to minus F into delta x. So work is done against the force. From equation 1, that is this, inside this box, we have to substitute the value of f. Delta w is equal to minus 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught qx1 by x square. That is the value of x from equation 1 into delta x as given here, this equation. So the potential at point P is the work done to move the unit positive charge, that is plus 1 coulomb, from infinity to P. It's coming from infinity to P. Therefore, work done is potential, that is the potential V is given by V equals integral infinity to R, that is from infinity to R, we are bringing from infinity to R, 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught qx1 divided by x square dx. So this delta x becomes dx here in this integral form. Therefore, that is equal to, all constant we have taken out, minus of q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into integral infinity to R into 1 over x square. So V, simplifying, V becomes, V is equal to q over 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 over, integration of 1 over x square dx is 1 over x. So there we have integrated here, and that is, the range is infinity to R. Substituting the value of infinity x as infinity and R and simplifying, we get q over 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R. You please simplify using your knowledge of integration, and it becomes a very simple equation, q over 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R. Hence, the required answer is, we have done the derivation for V is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught q over R. Question number 5. How does an electric field and electric potential vary with distance from a point charge? That is asking the variation of electric field E and electric potential V with respect to distance. And the answer is, vector E is proportional to 1 over R square, and V, which is scalar, is proportional to 1 over R. This is the relation. E varies inversely with square of distance R. V varies inversely with R. And graphically, if we write R on the x-axis and V or E on the y-axis, we will see that E, which is proportional to R square. This is the E. This is variation of E. This graph, dotted line graph, is inversely proportional to R square. Whereas V, this graph is a dark line, V variation with R. Both intersect at some point. This you please remember. This is E inversely proportional to R square, V inversely proportional to R. Question number 6. Write the expression for electric potential at a point due to an electric dipole, and hence obtain the expression for the same at any point on its axis and any point on its equatorial plane. So we have to write an expression for electric potential at a point due to a dipole. Here it is due to a dipole. You have to remember, we have to write expression for potential dipole and on its axis as well as equatorial plane. So there are four important points. One is electric potential, second is electric dipole, and is the axial point and equatorial point. Let us do it. So V equals 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta is the equation for potential. P cos theta over R square, where P vector P is equal to 2aq is the dipole moment, where P is the dipole moment. P is the dipole moment. R is the distance of point from the center of the dipole, and theta is the angle between P and R. This is the general equation. And now the second part, axis. He has asked a point on axis. When the point lies on the dipole axis, we get theta is equal to 0 or pi is equal to cos theta is equal to 1. That means cos theta we have to substitute as cos theta as 1. That is cos 0 or cos pi. Therefore, at the axial point, V axial is given by P by R square. Hence, R, which was due to a point charge, has become R square in the case of a dipole. So, short dipole, axial point, the equation is V axis is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught P over R square. And that was axial point. Now for equatorial point, theta becomes 90. Here for equatorial point, theta becomes 90 and cos theta equal to 0. Therefore, when cos theta becomes 0, the value of V itself becomes 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Therefore, V is equal to 0. So, we get at equatorial point, V is 0. This is the required answer. Question number 7. How does the electric potential at point due to an electric dipole vary with the distance measured from its center? Compare the same with a point charge. Here he is asking electric potential at a point due to a dipole. See, this is a dipole. Plus q, dipole, plus q and minus q separated by a distance 2l or 2a constitute a dipole, and point P is along the axial point and point P. Hence, we have to write the equation. Answer: electric dipole due to a short dipole at axial point is given by V axial is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square, where P is the dipole moment. That is, V is proportional to 1 over R square. See here, this is a V versus R curve. So, for a dipole, potential is inversely proportional to R square, as pointed out here. Hence, this graph, dotted line graph, is for a dipole. And for a point charge, V is inversely proportional to R. You see here, for a point charge, V is inversely proportional to R. So, this is plotted in the graph. So, this is the variation. Question number 8. Using superposition principle, write the expression for electric potential at a point due to a system of charges. When we say system of charges, it means a number of charges, Q1, Q2, Q3, like that. And hence we have to write an expression, an equation for electric potential V. So answer is V is given by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 by R1 plus Q2 by R2 plus Q up to Qn by Rn. This is the equation for potential. V is the potential 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught are the constant of proportionality, and they represent Q1 is the charge, individual charges, and R1 is the distance of Q1 from Q, R1, and R2 is the distance of Q2 over R2. Let us see in the graph. See the graph here. So there is a 1 coulomb, unit coulomb at the center, okay, center, and this is a Q1. Q1 is located at a distance R1, Q2 is located at R2, and Q3 at a distance R3, and Q4 at a distance R4, and Qn at a distance of Rn. This is the superposition principle for potential. What is an equipotential surface? Give an example. Question number 9. So what is a equipotential surface? An equipotential surface is a surface having the same potential at all points. Please note, same potential at all points on it. Surface. So the surface of a charge conductor is an example. See, there are 3 examples given. He has asked one example, that is surface of a charge conductor. Here, this is due to this is the equipotential surface of a uniform electric field. This is the for uniform electric field. These arrows are uniform electric field, and the plane is the equipotential surface. This is a rectangular plane at V1 and at V2 are the equipotential surface. For uniform field, it is a plane. And similarly, for a point charge is here. A point charge is here, and for this equipotential surface is a spherical cylinders. These circular cylinders, spheres are the equipotential point for a equipotential surface for a point charge. Point charge is here at the center, and these spheres are the equipotential surfaces. This is a charge conductor. This inside this one rod, it is a rod or a cylinder, is a line. It is a line, a cylindrical or a solid line for a line distribution. This is a line for distribution. The equipotential surface is a cylinder. It is cylindrical. That is, this cylinder, entire cylinder is a equipotential surface for a rod, the conductor, charge conductor. What are the equipotential surfaces of a point charge? The equipotential surfaces of a point charge are concentric spheres. See, this is what we have explained earlier. It is a concentric sphere with center at the point charge. Draw the equipotential surfaces of a point charge. So this is the equipotential surface. In the cross section, when we have taken, these are the lines of forces, and these are the spheres are the equipotential surfaces, and this plus is the electric field, and E is in this direction. Give the condition for equipotential surface in terms of a direction of field. The electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Explain why equipotential surface is normal to the direction of electric field at that point. If equipotential surface is not normal to the direction of the electric field at that point, the electric field will have a non-zero components. Therefore, along the surface, and due to this, work must be done to move a unit positive charge against the field component. That means there is a potential difference between 2 points, and this is contradictory to the definition of electric field. This you please note, that equipotential surface, electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Define electrostatic potential energy of a system of charges. So here, hitherto we learnt about electrostatic potential. Now we will move to electrostatic potential energy. An electrostatic potential energy of a system of charges is defined as the work done. It is the work done to move the charges from infinity to the present configuration. So we have to move charges. Write the expression for potential energy of 2-point charges in the absence of external field. So this is the work done. The expression for potential energy is U is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R1 2, where Q1 and Q2 are point charges and R1 2 is the distance between them. Question number 16. Write expression for potential energy of 2-point charges in presence of external field. Previously, it is in the absence of electric field. This is the equation. And in presence of external field, it is we have to add 2 points. So it is the potential energy is Q1 V1 plus Q2 V2 plus 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R12. The terms Q1 V1 and Q2 V2 are addition due to an external electric field, where Q1 Q2 are point charges, V1 and V2 are potentials at the positions of Q1 and Q2 respectively. Please note down. Question number 17. Obtain the relation between the electric field and potential, or show that electric field is in the direction in which the potential decreases steepest. Consider two surfaces A and B with potential difference delta V. So this is a surface A, surface B separated by a distance delta L, and the potential difference of A is V and potential difference of B is V plus delta V. So the potential difference between the two plates is delta V. Let dl be the perpendicular distance between them, and E be the electric field normal to this field. So this is the perpendicular to these planes is E. E is the direction of this field. The work done to move a unit charge from B to A against the field through a displacement delta L, dl is given by dw, that work done is equal to E dot dl. E dot dl or dw is equal to E dl cos pi. Because the angle is between the plates is pi, or dw is equal to minus, so cos pi is 1, that is cos 80 degrees, 180 degrees is 1. Therefore, it is minus 1 and it is minus E dl. This is equal to the potential difference. Therefore, dV is equal to dW. See, this is the potential difference as we are moving from plate B to plate A. The potential difference is dV. Therefore, that is stored in the form of work done. dV is equal to EdL. Substituting for dW, we get dV is equal to minus of E into dl. Therefore, we have done the expression E is equal to dV by dl. This is the relationship between electric field and potential. Question number 90. Mention the expression for potential energy of a system of an electric dipole placed in an uniform electric field. Discuss its maximum and minimum value. Here, what he has asked is electric dipole, that is potential energy of an electric dipole placed in an uniform electric field. Potential energy of a dipole is given by U is equal to minus of P vector P dot vector E, P dot E. That is, if we write mathematically, that is equals minus P of PE into cos theta. This is like where P is the dipole moment and E is the electric field. Theta is the angle between dipole axis and electric field. When the dipole axis is perpendicular to the field, theta equals 0, theta equals 90. Therefore, PE is minimum. So when he is asking us to discuss about the maximum and minimum, so P is minimum when theta is 90. Please note down, make your short note. When the dipole is parallel to the electric field, that is theta is equal to 0, P is maximum. That is electric energy, P is maximum. Therefore, that is when theta equals 0, P is maximum. Question number 20. Explain why electric field inside a conductor is always 0. Otherwise, the free electrons, because 0, otherwise if there is a field in the conductor, the electrons will experience force and drift, causing an electric current. So, when the conductor inside the conductor, there is no flow, there should not be any flow of electron. Only it is on the surface of the conductor. Question number 21. Explain why electrostatic field is always normal to the surface of the charged conductor. Answer. If E is not normal, it will have a component parallel to the surface, causing surface currents. Question number 22. Explain why electric charges are always reside on the surface of the charged conductor. Because if there are static charges inside the conductor, electric field can be present inside, which is not true. Question number 23. Explain why electrostatic potential is constant throughout the volume. Answer. Because the electric field inside the conductor is 0. Please note, electric field inside the conductor is 0. Therefore, no work is to be done to move a charge against this field. There is no potential difference between any 2 points. This means electrostatic potential is constant throughout the volume. Question number 24. Write an expression for electric field near the surface of a charged conductor. Answer. Electric field on the surface of a charged conductor is given by E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n hat, where n is a unit vector normal to the surface. What is the electric shield? What is the electrostatic shielding? What is electrostatic shielding? Mention one use of it. The field inside the cavity of a conductor is always zero and it remains shielded from outside the electric influence. This is known as electric shielding. This property is used in protecting sensitive instruments from outside the electrical influence. What are dielectrics? Mention the types of dielectrics. Dielectrics are non-conducting substances. They have no charge carriers. So there are two types of dielectrics. One are polar dielectrics. The other one is non-polar dielectrics. Question number 27. What are non-polar dielectrics? The non-polar dielectrics are those whose centers are in which the centers of positive and negative charges coincide. That is, the centers of positive and negative charges coincide in case of non-polar dielectrics. These molecules have no permanent dipoles. Example, oxygen and hydrogen. Question number 28. What are polar dielectrics? The non-polar dielectrics are those in which centers of positive charges are separated. Polar dielectrics are those in which centers of positive and negative charges are separated, even when there is no external field. Such molecules have a permanent or intrinsic dipole moment. Examples of polar dielectrics are HCl and molecules of water. What happens when dielectrics are placed in an electric field? Both polar and non-polar dielectrics develop a net dipole moment along the external field when placed on it. What is electric polarization? When dielectric is placed in external electric field, a net dipole moment is developed along it. The dielectric is now said to be polarized. So, in presence of an external electric field, a dipole moment is developed, and such dielectrics are polarized. The dipole moment acquired per unit volume is known as polarization, capital P. Question number 31. Defined capacitance of a capacitor. What is SI unit? Now, hitherto we read about polarization. Now we'll study about capacitors. Capacitance of a capacitor is defined as ratio of charge Q on it to potential difference V across its plates. That is, C is equal to Q by V. This is the definition of a capacitance. Capacitance C is equal to Q, charge per volt, that is charge per potential difference. SI unit of capacitor is coulombs per volt or farad. Question number 32. What is parallel plate capacitor? A parallel plate capacitor has two identical planes, parallel plates separated by a small distance d, and the space between them is filled by a dielectric medium. It is simply a two plates, parallel plates of area A, and the distance between them is d, and this space between the two plates is filled by a dielectric medium. Derive an expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor without any dielectric medium between the plates. Consider a parallel plate capacitor without any dielectric medium. See, this is a parallel plate capacitor. This is one plate and this is another plate. Though plate 1 and plate 2. And between them is a distance. The distance between the two plates is d. Between them, let A be the area. Area of this plate is A. And d be the distance between these plate separation. We know that electric field due to uniformly charged plate is given by E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught, where sigma is the surface charge density of plates. Electric field in the outer region, that is in the outer region of 1, is given by E1 minus E2, that is equal to sigma by 2 pi epsilon naught minus sigma over 2 epsilon naught, 2 epsilon naught is equal to 0, because both are opposing each other, E1 minus E2. The electric field in the outer region 2 here at the bottom is given by E is equal to E1 minus E2. That is also equal to 0. The electric field between the plates, that is in this region, the electric field is given by sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Adding these two, we get 1. Sigma by epsilon naught, and sigma we know is q by epsilon naught A. Therefore, E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, that is equal to q over A epsilon naught. We also know E is equal to V by D, that is potential by the distance. Therefore, V by D is equal to, substituting in this equation, V by D is equal to Q over A epsilon naught. From this equation, V by D is equal to Q by A epsilon naught. So that becomes V is equal to, simplifying, V is equal to QD by A epsilon naught. So therefore, capacitance is, we know by definition, capacitance C is Q by V. Therefore, in this equation, if we write Q and bring V here, the other terms on the other side, simplifying, we get C is equal to Q over this Q over V, that is QD divided by A epsilon naught, that is equal to epsilon naught A by D. This is the expression for capacitance, not expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So here you have to find field in the outer regions and field inside. When you get a field inside, you get E is equal to Q over A epsilon naught. E is V by D and Q is equal to, and C is equal to Q by V. So simplifying, we get, this is the equation for capacitance. Question number 34. Mention the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor without any dielectric medium between the plates. So it is given by simply, as we derived in the earlier question, question number 33, C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. So epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, A is the area of plates, D is the separation. Here please note, it is very important, the capacitance of a plate of a capacitor depends only on its area of the plates, the distance between the plates, and permittivity of the free space. Please note. Mention the question number 35. Mention the expression of for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric medium between the plates. So therefore, C is equal to epsilon naught Ka by D. So here the dielectric constant K is added due to the addition of dielectric medium. Where epsilon naught permittivity is permittivity of free space, K is the dielectric constant of the medium, and A is the area of the plate, and D is the plate separation. Question number 36. Define dielectric constant of a substance. The dielectric constant of a substance is defined as the ratio of permittivity of medium to permittivity of free space. That is, K is equal to E by epsilon naught. 37. Question number 37. Derive the expression for effective capacitance of two capacitors connected in series. Here consider two capacitors C1 and C2 as shown in the diagram, which are connected. One end of the capacitor is connected to another end, whereas the free ends are connected to a potential difference C1 and C2. Here the same charge flows through this conductor. See, this Q flows through this and flows through the capacitor, and the same charge is there on the both the capacitors which are connected in series, and V is the supplied potential. And we have to find the combination of one capacitor, C equivalent or C series. We have to find out. So here V is equal to V1 plus V2, and Q is same for both the plates. For both the capacitors C1 and C2. And we also know that V is equal to Q by C. When we calculate a single capacitor, V is equal to Q by C. Therefore, V1 is equal to Q by C1, and V2 is equal to Q by C2. Therefore, the capacitance is given by substituting V is equal to V1 plus V2. Hence, we know V is equal to Q by C. So, therefore, we have written Q by C here. That is equal to V1 plus V2. V1 is Q by C1 and V2 is Q by C2. Therefore, Q by C equivalent is equal to Q by C1 plus Q by C2. Therefore, 1 by C equivalent, this Q gets cancelled. Q on the left side and Q common, which is common on the right side, gets cancelled, and we get equation 1 over C EQ is equal to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2. This is the equivalent capacitance, and if we reverse, it will be, we can also write it as if there are more than two capacitors, the equation becomes 1 over CEQ is equal to summation, that is sigma I is equal to 1 to N 1 over Ci. The reciprocal of equivalent capacitance is the sum of the reciprocals of all individual capacitors. Please note, the effective or equivalent capacitance in series is less than. It is always, when we connect, the C equivalent is always less than the individual lowest. Suppose C2 is the lowest between C1 and C2, CS will be less than C2. This is what it means. Question number 38. Derive the expression for effective capacitance of two capacitors connected in parallel. Consider two capacitors C1 and C2 capacitance connected in parallel. You see here, this is a C1. This is a C1 capacitor C1 and this is a capacitor 2 C2. See, one end of the capacitor is connected to other end and this both the ends are connected to one another like this in parallel. So that the connection here, the current whatever flows gets distributed. Charge gets distributed. Therefore, Q1 is the charge on C1 and Q2 is the charge on C2 and V is this applied potential. So V is same for both the capacitors. You see here, V is common for both the capacitors. Charge is distributed in proportional. Q1 is proportional to C1, Q2 is proportional to C2. And Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Therefore, Q1 is equal to C1V and Q2 is equal to C2V. Therefore, CV is equal to C1V plus C2V. That is, Q is CV. Here, Q is CV and Q1 is C1V and Q2 is C2V. Therefore, C equivalent, V gets cancelled here and C equivalent is equal to C1 plus C2. This is the equation for parallel capacitance in parallel. So that can also be written as C equivalent is equal to summation 1 to N, I equals 1 to N of Ci. The effective capacitance is sum of individual capacitances. In the previous case, it was sum of reciprocals of the individual capacitance. The effective capacitance of a parallel capacitance is always larger than the largest. Suppose here C1 is the largest value, has the largest value, C equivalent will be larger than this because it is getting added. Derive an expression for the energy stored in a capacitor. Please see, there are two plates. One is positive, the blue colored is a positive and the pink colored is negative, and a voltage V is connected between them. So the process of charging a capacitor is equivalent to transferring a charge from one plate to another. So charging means we are transferring charge from this plate to that plate. Hence, the work is to be done against the potential. So, the work is to be done against the potential difference between the two plates. This work is stored as the electrostatic potential energy. The work done is stored as a potential energy of the capacitor. If dq is the charge transferred against the potential difference V, then work done is du is equal to dw in, that is equal to V dq. Therefore, that is equal to Q by C into dq. That is, V is equal to Q by C. This V is equal to Q by C into dq as it is. Therefore, total work done U is equal to integral 0 to Q. That is, we are charging from 0 to Q into Q by C into dq. That is the integral of this equation. So let us say that this is equation 1. So if you integrate this, we will get the work done or the capacity. Therefore, U is equal to 1 over C as it is. Integral Q dq is Q square by 2. This is the equation. We can write this in some other forms, substituting the value. Q is equal to CV. Therefore, that it becomes U is equal to CV square by 2. In another form, we can write Q is equal to CV and U becomes QV by 2. This is another form. There are three forms. Generally used, half CV square is the equation for storing the energy of a capacitor, capacitive charger. Now we will study energy density. Energy density is the energy stored per unit volume. The electric potential energy of a charge charge capacitor U is given by CV square. We know we have derived here this equation to U is equal to CV square by 2, where C is equal to epsilon naught A by 2, as we have studied in the previous slides. And V is also given by ED, that is E is equal to V by D. So substituting these values, we get U is equal to half of C की value है epsilon naught A by D. This we have put here EBT, and V is ED. V square is ED square. Simplifying, we get U by AD is equal to epsilon naught E square by 2. But AD is volume, therefore potential energy, that is energy density of electric field, which is defined as energy stored per unit volume, that is U by AD equals, U by AD is equal to epsilon naught E square divided by 2. Hence the energy density is U bar is equal to U divided by AD, that is equal to epsilon naught E square by 2. So let us recall formulae, what we have studied. Electric potential V is equal to limit as Q tends to 0 W, that is work done plus per a unit charge. Electric potential due to a point charge V is given by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. Formula number 3. Relation between electric field and potential is E is equal to minus of dV by dr or V by R. Dipole moment P is Q into 2L, or sometimes we use the letter 2A. Torque is tau is equal to cross product of dipole moment into electric field, that is tau is equal to P cross E. Potential energy of dipole is U is equal to minus dot product of dipole moment and electric field, that is minus of P into P dot E, that is P cos theta. Formula number 7. Work done in rotating a dipole in uniform field from orientation Q1 and Q2 is given by U is equal to U2 minus U1, that is PE into cos theta minus cos theta 2, cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Formula number 8. That is electric field due to a short dipole. It has two types. One is at axial point. At axial point, field is 1 over E axial is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into 2p by r cube. 2 is here important, the difference. At equatorial, that is perpendicular to the dipole, is E1 is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube. See, the difference between the two is, this is twice the E1. E axis is equal to 2 times E1. Question number 9. Electric potential due to a short dipole. So potential here in the question, in the formula number 8, we studied about electric field. In this formula number 9, it is for electric potential. At axial point, V axial is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. See here, it was R cube, here in for potential 1 less, that is R square. So at equatorial point, V is equal to 0. This is very important. You please note. Dielectric constant is given by capacitance in the media to capacitance in the air, that is epsilon naught by epsilon by epsilon naught. Formula number 11. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. So it is independent of any other, it is purely depending on the dimensions in the dielectric medium. For a medium, it is C is equal to A epsilon naught K by D, and for the thickness, if you want to calculate in terms of thickness, it is A epsilon naught D minus T into 1 minus K, where T is the thickness of the dielectric medium. Combination of capacitors. In series, reciprocals add 1 over C is equal to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over C3, and in series the charge is same, Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3, but potential difference will be different. V will be is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. In case of parallel capacitors, C will be C1 plus C2 plus C3, there where charge will be different. So Q will be equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, and V1 will be equal to V2 plus equal to V3. Energy is stored by a capacitor is given by U is equal to half CV square, that is also equal to Q square by 2C or QV by 2. Formula number 14. Electrostatic energy density VE is equal to epsilon naught E square by 2 in air, or VE is equal to epsilon E square by 2 in medium. Previously it was epsilon naught, here it is epsilon naught, and in the second case, in presence of medium, it is epsilon. All these formulas you have to write down repeatedly, remember and practice. Definitely there will be a 5-mark question to solve your numerical problems. Numerical problems of this chapter are given in section 2D. Please revise, go through and practice it. Total electric flux is given by integral E dot ds, that is equal to 1 over epsilon naught into net charge enclosed. Multiple choice questions. When charge is supplied to a conductor, its potential depends on. See, now we are taking multiple choice. There are 4 options given. You have to choose the correct one. Option A, amount of charge. Option B, geometry and size of the conductor. And option C, only on A. The answer is C. Question number 2. A parallel plate capacitor is charged by a battery. Once the charged battery is removed, now a dielectric material is inserted between the plate of the capacitor, and which of the following does not change? Electric field between plates, potential difference across the plate, charge on the plates, and energy stored in the capacitor. That means the charge on the plate does not change. A dipole is placed parallel to an electric field. If W is the work done in rotating from 0 to 60, then work done in rotating from 0 to 180 is option A 2W, option B 3W, option C 4W, and option D W by 2. So you have to use the formula U is equal to U2 minus U1. U2 minus U1, that is Pe cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Therefore, here you have to put theta 1 as 0 and theta 2 as 60 and calculate. And then again in the second case, theta 1 0, you know already, 180 degrees as theta 2, and find out the difference. You will know the difference, and it is 4W. That is option C. The variation potential V with R and electric field R for point charge is correctly shown in the figure. There are 4 graphs shown here, A, B and C. You have to identify the correct graph, that is V with respect to R and E with respect to R. So this is the correct option. B is the correct. We have seen the 2 graphs, the 2 curves cut one another at point. Other points they are reverse. So they are of this shape and cutting, and if V and V you have to remember. So B is the answer. So E is proportional to 1 by R square. V is proportional to 1 by R. So these are the curves. And B. Question number 5. A charge Q is supplied to a metal conductor, which is true. The electric field inside it is same as on the surface. Electric potential inside is 0. Electric potential on surface is 0. Electric potential inside is constant. So the D is correct answer. Question number 6. A parallel plate capacitor C has charge Q. The actual charge on the plates are Q, comma Q, B Q2 by Q2, C Q minus Q, and D is Q by 2 comma minus Q by 2. Answer is C. We have seen in the previous diagram on the parallel plate capacitors. Answer is C. Question number 7. 3 capacitors, 1 microfarad, 2 microfarad and 3 microfarads are connected in series. The potential difference is 11 volts. And this is applied 11 volts potential difference is applied across the combination. Then potential difference across the plates of 1 microcapacitor is given by, what is the value we have to find. So first you calculate the capacitances are connected in series. You find the equivalent capacitance. 1 over C is 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. So these are the 3 capacitance. You find the equivalent capacitance for this. And the next step is C is 6 by 11. So 1 by C you get 11 by 6. C is 6 by 11. Therefore, the charge is given by Q by CV. So we know C is 6 by 11 and in V is 11. So that is 11 gets cancelled. Q is 6 coulombs. Therefore, V1 will be equal to QC1. Q is 6 and C1 is 1. Therefore, the answer is V1 is equal to 6 volt. 6 volt. That is D is correct. We have to work out all these problems. Question number 8. Multiple choice question. The potential at the center of the square is, here you see there are 4 charges plus Q minus Q plus Q minus Q. These are symmetrical. Hence, plus Q and minus Q at the center it becomes 0 and here also 0. So therefore the potential at the center is 0. Two conducting spheres A and B, radii A and B respectively are at same potential. The ratio of surface charge density of A and B is A, that is B by A. Question number 10. Work done to bring a unit positive charge unaccelerated from infinity to point inside the electric field is called the electric potential. B is the answer. Electric potential due to a point charge minus Q at a distance x from it is given by D. Question minus KQ by x. Electric potential is due to point charges inversely proportional to the distance. So K by x, because it is minus Q, sign is minus Q here. There will be confusion between B and D. Because it is a negative charge, it is minus. If it was positive, it will be plus KQ by x. Question number 12. Electric field is always parallel to the equipotential. There are 4 options. You know electric field is always perpendicular. Is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. The option B is the answer. Electric field and electric potential inside a charged spherical shell is, so E is 0 spherical shell and V is not 0. V is constant, you know very well. Okay, this is the correct answer is B. Question number 14. Shape of equipotential surface in uniform electric field will be equidistant planes that we have seen in the diagram. So D is the correct answer. We have seen in the previous slide. Please go back and again pause and see equidistant planes. So you see the diagram also again. These are the for uniform. So these are the uniform field. E is here and these planes are the equipotential surfaces. Question number 15. On reducing the potential across the capacitor, its capacitance of an object does not change, remains constant. does not depend on the potential. It depends only on the dimension, physical dimensions and permittivity. Therefore, answer is C. Question number 16. Energy stored in a charge capacitor is given by half CV square. That is, B is the answer. If n number of equal capacitors, each of capacitance C are connected in series, the equivalent capacitance will be is equal to n over C by n. Therefore, B is the answer. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when there is no medium between the plate is C0. If the capacitor is now completely filled with dielectric matter of constant K, then the capacitance will be K times C0. B is the. Then we have to fill up the blanks. Okay. Electric field at a point is perpendicular to the dash surface, equipotential surface. The potential energy of a charge Q in an placed electron potential VR is Q into VR. It is safer to be inside the car rather than standing outside under a trace during lightning is based on electrostatic shielding concept, because inside there will be no electric field, hence it is safe to sit inside the car. Question number 4. A capacitor plates are charged by a battery. After charging, the battery is disconnected and dielectric slab is inserted between the plates. The charge on the plates of the capacitor remains same. The amount of work done is in bringing a charge from infinity to a point accelerated is equal to the electrostatic potential energy. Work done is nothing but electrostatic potential energy. Please remember this. The value of potential energy of an electric dipole in uniform electric field along the dissection field is U is equal to minus PE. Electric field is always dash to the equipotential surface. It is perpendicular. Answer is perpendicular. Question number 8. Work done to bring a unit positive charge unaccelerated from infinity to a point in electric field is called potential. Electric potential. Question number 9. Unit of capacitance is farad. Unit of electric potential is volt. 11. A capacitor is charged and is not connected to a battery. Potential between plates of the capacitor is dash when it is filled with dielectric constant. So it decreases. Equipotential surface due to a point charge will be spherical shell. Spherical. Question number 13. Equipotential surface due to a long linear charge distribution will be cylindrical. Two capacitors, each of capacitance 2 microfarads, are connected in series. The equivalent capacitor will be half. That is, it gets divided. It will be 1 microfarad. Answer is 1 microfarad. Therefore, true or false type questions. For a charged particle moving from point P to Q, the net work done by an electric field on the particle is independent of the path connecting the point to Q. This is the conservative principle and it is true. Question number 2. A conducting hollow sphere of radius 10 centimeter has an electric potential on the surface 10 volts. Then the electric potential at the center of the hollow sphere will be 0. Electric potential is not 0 but constant. Hence this statement is false. Statement 3. The work done in rotating the electric dipole in uniform electric field from 0 to 60 will be negative. No, it is wrong. It will be positive. This is false. Fourth, electric potential due to an electric dipole on equatorial plane is Kp divided by Rq. This is wrong. Electric potential inside the dielectric material is always less because induced electric field is set up within, which is in a direction opposite to the electric field. That is true. Question number 6. Charge Q is placed at the center of an imaginary sphere as shown following. Work done in moving a charge A to B is greater than taking the charge from B to C. This is the figure given. Here there is a charge. He says the work done in moving the charge from A to B will be greater than B to C. It is false because work done is the initial and final, the difference between the initial to final, and it is independent of the path. When two capacitors with equal capacitances are joined in parallel and connected across a battery, then charge in the capacitor will be same. This is false. For a parallel connection, the charge is different. Question number 8. The potential difference Vp, here you see, this is Vp and Vq. Vp minus Vq will be positive. That is true because Vp will be greater than Vq. Hence it is true. Question number 9. The electrostatic field at surface of charged conductor must be tangential. It is false. Tangential to the surface at any point. It is perpendicular. We can place a metal sphere of capacitance 1 farad inside a almirah. No, it is false. It should be between two parallel plates only. Work done to displace any electric charge from one point to another point on equipotential surface is always zero. It is true. Two equipotential surfaces never intersect each other. It is true. If two capacitors having equal capacitances are connected in series, the equivalent capacitor doubles. It is false. Actually, it gets halved. It gets divided by 2. Electrostatic force is a conservative force. It is true. Question number 15. 4 capacitors, each of 16 microfarads, are connected in series. The equivalent capacitance will be 4 microfarads. That is correct. So 4 capacitors means 1 by 16 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 16. 4 times. That is 4 by 60. That will be 1 by 4. And 1 by 4, 1 by C is equal to 1 by 4. Therefore, C will be 4 microfarads. Question number 16. Electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. True. Question number 17. Electric field intensity outside parallel plate capacitor is 0. Matching type questions. Now here two questions, two statements will be given on the left side. We have to match with the 3 choices in the right hand side. See, let us see the question. Here A is electric field due to single charge is proportional to 1 by R square. So A matches with Q. Electric field due to a dipole is inversely proportional to R square. Electric field, sorry, this is R cube. Electric field due to electric dipole is 1 by R cube. So for A matches Q and B matches R. Question number 2. In series combination of capacitors, charge on the capacitor is same. So A matches with R. In parallel combination capacitor, the potential difference is same. So B is to P. So A is to R, B is to P. Question number 3. On inserting dielectric between slab, the capacity remains same. The plates of the capacitor. Capacity decreases. Capacity increases. So when we add dielectric between two parallel plates, the capacity increases. So A is R. On replacing mica by air, the capacity decreases. Question number 4. Equipotential surface for a point charge. For a point charge, it is spherical. A is Q. Equipotential surface for a linear charge is cylindrical. Q. B is Q. A is A is Q and B is P. Question number 5. Equivalent capacitance of three equal capacitors in series combination is. So there are three choices. So equivalent of three equal capacitors in is 3C. And equivalent capacitance of three equal capacitors, it is not 3C, it is C by 3. And B is equivalent capacity of three equal capacitors, two in parallel and with one in series. You have to calculate. It is B is Q, 2C by 3. You please calculate using formula 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus C 1 by C3. And similarly, for parallel, you use C is equal to C1 plus C2. Question number 6. SI unit of potential difference and SI unit of electric field. Answer is A is Q, that is Newton meters per coulomb, and SI unit of electric field is BR, that is kg meter per second square coulomb. Question number 7. Electric field inside a metal conductor and electric potential inside a conductor. P is constant, Q is 0 and R is less than on surface. So A is Q, that is electric field inside a metallic conductor is 0. Electric potential inside the conductor is constant, that is P. Question number 8. The value of electric field just outside the charged conductor is. Question number B. The value of electric field inside a charged capacitor is. So there are three options. P is sigma by 2 epsilon. So A is Q. That is electric field inside a charged conductor is given by sigma over epsilon naught. And the value of electric field inside a charged conductor is R, be 2 sigma by epsilon. Question number 9. Unit of dielectric constant is no unit. Unit of electrical permittivity is Newton per meter square per C square. So this is with this we come to the end of this chapter number 2. So next we please go through the work examples given in section our video 2D and also other works which we are giving a link in this. So please practice all the numerical examples. There are likely to be 5-mark questions on this. You also practice the objective type questions for your NEET, CET and JEE examination. Thank you.